All right, Leaf fans, good news for you. Jake Muzzin has now been acquired by the Toronto Maple Leafs from the LA Kings. The Kings get forward Carl Grundstrom, the rights to Sean Durzi, and a first-round pick in the 2019 draft. Muzzin signed through the 2019 season, signed a 5-year contract extension in 2014. So it's not a rental. He's still signed for next year. 21 points in 50 games this year. That's kind of exactly what they needed. What this does is it solidifies the top four. And the smart thing about that, and I've been saying this, is that somebody's going to get out ahead of the market. So there's going to be a team that goes, hey, we've got to make a move. We've got to do it now. Now, earlier today, Dallas made a move to pick up Alexiak, but that's because Mathot's out for the year. So now that they know Mathot's not coming back, they needed a defensive defenseman, physical guy, and Alexiak's the guy. In Toronto, this is a matter of them looking at their blue line and saying this blue line hasn't been good enough. We need to lower the amount of shots we're allowing on Freddie Anderson. We need to have a chance to win every night, and it would be nice if this defenseman is also pretty good with the puck. Jake Muzzin brings all of that to the team. It puts Toronto in a better position, and it shows that Kyle Dubas is committed to winning now. They now have the assets to make this kind of a move. They have the young players that you can throw in and say, all right, here's what we're offering up. And I don't think this is the end for Toronto either. I think we'll see more moves. I think they could use, I would say, one more depth defenseman. And I would say that we could see them picking up, I want to say another depth forward too. And I'm talking like an experienced, sort of like Eric Fair kind of guy who you can bring in and can play a fourth line shutdown role or be a healthy scratch, whatever the need may be on any given night, and won't cause any waves. I'm thinking like Matt Cullen would be a good example as well, and he may very well be available as an example. But it's an interesting time in that Toronto seems to understand this is a year they don't want to let get away from them. They went into the All-Star break on a cold streak, and you know, it was looking pretty dire. So Muzzin should help quite a bit. It's that defenseman they were seeking. If they weren't able to bring back Nylander, they brought back Nylander. Now they've gone this route in order to help the blue line. And I think it's a great move. I like Jake Muzzin. LA fans are going to miss Jake Muzzin out there. And yet, for the Kings, it's about next year, and it is about picking up assets for the first time in a while. And it's a first-round draft pick, which with Toronto, you know, if they're able to get into the second, third round and beyond, it becomes a not as attractive a draft pick in a draft that's not considered to be that deep. But if Toronto's out in the first round, LA comes out with a pretty good draft pick. So it's all hands on deck for Toronto this year, and I understand why. I expect Nashville to start jumping in now and making moves. I do think this is probably the start of a pretty busy trade time heading up to the deadline. Because, again, the reason you make this trade now instead of on deadline day is you want Jake Muzzin to come in, learn Toronto's systems, and have time to get comfortable. Bringing guys in right at the deadline, in some cases, they don't quite fit, and they might not be completely up to par with what you want in your system, and then it may be a hindrance later on. So, good move. And, again, he's signed for next year, too, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of cap issues this raises for the Leafs. But we've talked about the cap, and Kyle Dubas has assured us it's not a problem. There's rumors as well that an Austin Matthews contract's in the offing, and they're looking at a 5 or 6 year deal, which is good because it means that sanity's starting to prevail when it comes to contracts. First, it was getting the amounts into a more realistic range, and now it's going to be we don't have to sign everybody to an 8-year contract. We can just sign 5 or 6 years and just deal with it every half a decade. I don't understand the big deal about the 8-year deals. But anyways, those could be going away. And if you're a Kings fan, Jake Muzzin just went away. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Did Toronto overpay? Did LA get enough? These kinds of things. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. And of course, I'm wearing a Leafs jersey because I feel they win this deal in that they get the best player out of the trade right now. And that first-round draft pick, they're not stockpiling prospects. It's about winning right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, just tap upon this video, and I will talk to you again soon.